Okay, so when he starts with an E power chord. So that's open on the sixth, second on the fifth, and second on the fourth. And it's just those strings. The rest are either muted or just not played. And then he plays that again, and with his pinky, he places it on the fourth fret of the fifth string. And then he strums it without the pinky twice more, and then once, and then the pinky. And he flips between that over and over. Then you go over to the seventh fret with your middle finger on the fifth string, and you play that with the sixth string open. And then you play that again, and then you go to the ninth fret of the fifth string with the pinky, and then you mute that string, the fifth string, and you hold down the sixth on the fourth string, and you're still playing the sixth string open with that. Whoops. And then you play that again. And then you play the ninth on the fourth string. Back to six. And then you play the sixth again. Go to the ninth of the fifth. And then seventh of the fifth. And each one of those notes has a six played with it, so. You play it twice more at the end, too. Then he moves on to an A chord. Oh, and a barred A chord, but it's not like fully barred. So that's fifth with their index on the sixth. Ring finger goes on the seventh of the fifth. Pinky on the seventh of the fourth. And middle goes on the sixth of the third. And he plays that 3 times. And then he plays his thumb chord with your thumb on the fourth. Ring finger, or thumb on the fourth of the sixth string. Your thumb's always on the sixth string, by the way. Pretty much always. Ring finger on the sixth of the fifth. Pinky on the sixth of the fourth. And index on the fourth of the third. And that's played 3 times as well. Then he goes down to, well, it's that same chord, but it's just moved down by 2 frets. So that's 2 on the 6th with the thumb, 4th on the 5th, 4th on the 3rd, and 2nd on the 3rd. Or 4th on the 4th, and 2nd on the 3rd. That's played 3 times. Then an A power chord, which is open on the 5th, 2nd on the 4th, and 2nd on the 3rd. Played 3 times. So that's, oops. Then it goes back to that first chord thing where you're switching with the pinky. Then he goes to this chord where you bar at least the 5th and the 3rd strings on the 2nd fret, and your ring finger goes on the 4th of the 4th string, and your pinky goes on the, what is that? The 4th on the 2nd string. Then he goes to this C minor chord, I think. Index goes on the 4th of the 5th. Ring finger goes on the 6th of the 4th. Pinky goes on the 6th of the 3rd. And your middle goes onto the 5th of the 2nd. So that's... Then it goes back to that first chord of this whole part. He just plays that once. And then he plays an A chord. Kind of an A power chord. He just adds on one more note, which is the 2nd on the 2nd. So. And then he takes off the middle finger. So that 2nd on the 3rd is now open. So that whole part was a bit slower this time. So after that, he goes back to the first whole chord thing with the pinky. And then he plays that barred chord that I just showed you, the second index finger, fourth on the fourth, and then second with the barred index finger, and then the fourth again. And he plays that twice. And then he goes back to that A, plays it 4 times, and goes back to that E thing for a little bit. And then he plays this chord, which is middle on the 2nd string, or the 2nd fret of the 5th string, index on the 1st of the 4th string, ring on the 2nd of the 3rd string, and pinky on the 2nd of the 1st string. So that part was just... And also you mute the 2nd string with your ring finger, I believe. Yeah. So after he does that, he repeats that whole thing, this whole part, and that's the end of the verse. That's when he goes into the chorus, which I'll do in the next video. And this is how the whole thing goes, slowed down, without the repeat though. And this is full speed now.